but we've got to start conversing more and not selling.
One of the largest digital marketing companies in the world wasn't actually putting any call to action in their emails for an initial part of their sequencing.
If you don't focus on your brand, spending money on advertising just means that more people are aware what a shit brand you have.
Every single time that you shoot an offer out, you have to work for that conversion.
So start showing out your most expensive things. I'll grab 60 seconds out of that. I'll grab 60 seconds out of that, 60 seconds out of that. Is email dead, or are you shit at sending emails? Hey, how you doing? This is me, Steve Henry, here with another edition of Clarity with Sims Media. But this one is a little bit different. What are we talking about today?
So we've just spent the week down here in San Diego at the Traffic and Conversions Summit of 2022. That is one of the biggest digital marketing conventions in America and even the world.
In the planet, yeah.
And so we've spent the week here, and we want to tell you what we found, what stood out to us, and what we think that you need to know.
Just to give you an idea of the size of this thing, they take over the entire San Diego Convention Center, not just the bottom, but the second floor as well. It has, I think it was like 20-something thousand tickets in total sold between the online and the people turning up. So it's kind of a rock concert for the rock gods of digital. And anyone that's big in the world of digital is actually at this event. It's got... the other weird thing about it is it's got a massive vendor area, VIP lounge, where a lot of the big hits. Paris was in there yesterday. I was hanging around with Ed Milet, Roland Frazier, Ryan Dice, Perry Belcher, Kasim Aslam. The superstars, the rock stars, JC Height. Some of the big. Anyone that's a big player. Well, let me rephrase it. Anyone that's not there didn't need to be. All right, because this was where all the cool kids came to play. But they have two massive stages downstairs, and then upstairs, what is it, about 6? And then breakout rooms. So they have these multiple rooms, and you'll have like Ed Milet down in one area on the main stage, and Roland Frazier up in another one, and Joe Polish in another one. It's just incredible. The bottom line of it is you cannot attend every single speaking engagement, because they have 3 or 4 going every single 45 minutes. So they do videos, and they actually send out the videos. And so, we try to go to as many as we could, but we're going to have to go back and watch a lot of the videos of some of the events that sadly we missed. I only got to see a part of Adam Lyons, like half of Jacko's. And I was actually one of the keynote speakers on the main stage at 4:15 on Wednesday. And it's nervy. It's nervy. We're going to post up some videos of that. So if you ever think about, speaker life being all sexy and high living and champagne and naked women in the green room, it's not really like that. I actually posted up a couple of videos earlier. It's very tense, and I'll be blunt with you, it's a tad scary. We actually spoke about branding, obviously because of Sims Media. We spoke about branding to the top marketing and branding people in the planet. So to say that it was a slight puckering experience is an understatement. But what did we learn? We had so many sessions with the people that we spoke about. What were some of your highlights out of it?
Yeah. One of the, I think, to set a little bit of tone for the rest of the tactics, because there's lots of tactics at this event. So there's a lot for us to even still digest. But one of the things that I took note of was on the first day, Ryan Dice, who is the CEO and founder of Digital Marketer, they've been doing a mass survey across all marketers and trying to figure out what kind of platforms and things are trending upwards and what are going downwards. And by getting all these different marketers and agencies to give their input on that, we can get a big overview of the types of things that we should be focusing on and understanding more so the tools that we have available. So I'll start with what things are going downhill as surveyed by these people. The last one, number 3, is organic social media. Lots of people have been complaining about how easy it is to gain traction and visibility with organic social media. And it is tough. We've been seeing that as well. And that's why we're big supporters of putting just a little bit of ad spend, like $1 a day for posts, to be able to get them in front of your ideal audience and not just rely purely on organic. But secondly, one-touch conversions. We're super heavy into doing research, and also you need to fight for our attention more than ever. So just seeing one ad and then going and purchasing isn't as easy that it was in the past, and is very unlikely. So
let's pick on that bit for a
Sure.
second, because we actually, and this is the weird thing, marketing is a moving target. It's like trying to catch the ocean in a sieve. It changes. What we're talking about today, I can pretty much guarantee we're going to be adapting and changing next year when we talk about a review of what's going on. We're in an environment now, we're in an economy now where a lot of shit is vying for our attention. Stuff that we don't even want to hear, whether it be war, protests, fake news, politics, inflation, recession, whatever. Everything's coming at you. The death of a monarchy. We've got a lot coming at us at the moment. And so a lot of things are vying for our attention. But we're getting concerned. And while our desire for consuming information grows at an exponential rate, you want the latest app, you want the latest talking messenger system, you want the latest car, you want the latest iPhone. Our desire, our almost addiction to more information is growing at a rate superior to our ability to retain it. So what's happening is we're getting all of this stuff coming at us, and it's like a thirsty man trying to drink out of Niagara Falls. It goes past us. Too much information equals no information. So a couple of years ago, the analogy to that, or the answer to that was, hey, make things easy. You want this, you click here, it's yours. But that's actually changed now, because people want to understand, why do I want this? Why should I be involved in it? And they're questioning that a lot more. So for that reason, whereas the simplification of years back, and we all know it, on Apple, you found a tune you liked, double click on the sign, you own it. Amazon, click, purchase. That's okay when you're buying toilet roll or a video. But when you actually want to get involved in a service, a product, whether it be coaching, whether it be designing a garden, whether it be, anything, travel planning, people want to get to know now, and they actually want to build up a relationship.
Yeah.
I remember one of the things, just to click in with one of the things I got out of it, was AI. Now, 2 years ago, the big buzzword was AI, chatbots, artificial intelligence. It's going to do this. AI today stands for actual intelligence. And that is a real person getting in front of you, whether it by a phone, FaceTime, whatever, even face-to-face at a coffee shop, and just going, hey, why is this important to you, and how can we make it work for you? And they're desiring that.
Yeah.
Sorry, so the one click was good then. It may be good again next year. But at this moment in time, you've got to get them into your why, your community, your tonality, your feel. You've got to spend more time today building up a relationship. And I remember the thing about that one click, they were saying, how many times did you have to see the person? And it was something like, what was it, 500 times now?
Yeah.
Which blew me, because we were all kind of like, oh, you need to see the advert 3 times. Oh, you need to see the person 5 times. They reckon on average, and it's not for everything, but they were reckoning you needed to basically saturate someone with 500 pieces of content before people start seeing you as real. So
Yeah.
Carry on. Sorry, Henry.
No. The last one that people are complaining about a lot is the performance of Facebook and Instagram ads. And we've been seeing that for quite a while as well. I think the scare started coming when we had iOS 14 and certain tracking and targeting abilities started going away. But that's what brought us more towards this need to go back to the basics of branding and focusing on our brand and getting our messaging consistently out there, because we can't just rely on the targeting anymore. We need to make sure that we're actually talking directly to the person we're trying to reach, so that our messaging does the targeting for us. So those were the three things that people have been complaining about in their performance: is organic social, one-touch conversions, and then the Facebook and Instagram ads. But what things are looking good? What are people finding to be amazing and performing better and better for the coming years? First one, YouTube ads. We know how powerful Google is, and Google owns YouTube. There is so much data available. So the ability to target, the ability to find your audience, the power of evergreen content on YouTube is huge. So lots of people are working with YouTube, and we're testing with YouTube right now as well, and trying some cool stuff, finding some cool results. And when we have some more data and solid answers to give you, we'll definitely be sharing those. But then email.
Yeah, that's what shocks us. Every year we go along, there's the classic, and I'm guilty of it as well. It's always a case of our email that's dead, okay? And we've always gone, oh, you need to be doing this on Messenger. SMS, as you all know, I've been a mad fan of texting services because it pops up quicker. But as Dean Jackson always said, everyone moans about email being dead and no one opens it up. His mum opens up every email he ever sends. So is email dead, or are you shit at sending emails? And Ryan was saying that it's funny that email's dead, but to open up anything, you need an email. He said the daft thing is when you open up a Gmail account, you need an email in order to do it. He said, so how do you start? But the bottom line of it is that emails are there to stay. We need to start conversing better, because as they always say, you know, the problem is more than likely you, and I've got to take that on as well. But we've got to start conversing more and not selling. Mm-hmm. We've got to get into a relationship. Now, I did my keynote here on branding and focusing on the community. And when they give me that video, I'll get it and I'll splice it and I'll put it up online, and you're going to be able to see that within my groups. But it was all about the brand, and I was very, as I say, I was slightly scared, but I was very thankful to hear from the powers that be, the people that do it 24/7, more branding and more analytics than us, how important branding is becoming. And I said the word becoming because quite simply everyone's out there going, right, I've got a new product. Facebook had the shit out of it, advertise the crap out of it, tag word the hell out of it. If you don't focus on your brand, spending money on advertising just means that more people are aware what a shit brand you have. So you've got to focus today on what you stand for, why you're there, and what does what you have solve, and then speak to that person. And still, the best way to do it is via email.
Yeah. And one of the things that I found really interesting was I went to one of the sessions with Richard Lindner and Matt Swan, two of the smart dudes behind Digital Marketer. And they were talking about their email sequences and how they actually built that connection with their audience. And one of the things that they said was some of their initial emails, an initial sequence that they'll do with a lot of their campaigns, has no call to action at all. It's purely a story, a lead up to help build this connection and bring people into a story, and like not feel like it's spam, not like they're trying to sell them right away. They're actually legit trying to connect with someone in the beginning stages so that that person can have a better grasp on where they're going and why the actual offer may benefit them down the line. But they don't actually, one of the largest digital marketing companies in the world wasn't actually putting any call to action in their emails for an initial part of their sequencing, which I thought was really cool.
It is strong, but it's also powerful because when you see information that can help you and you don't see a pitch, mm-hmm. you start to warm to that. Like what we're doing here is videos. Let's be blunt. Let's call it out. We're doing videos to let you know what we've seen that helps you. Okay. you can take these videos of the stuff that we're giving you and you can action them. Or you can come to us and go, well, look, guys, you can do it. But we're not putting a CTA on this, okay? We just want to constantly give so to make you aware of, hey, we're here should that situation arise. It sounds very strange in a marketing world to not sell or CTA, where everyone knows, and anyone knows CTA, call to action, that's the pitching part. But it's good today to just offer the information and establish credibility, establish tone of voice. And again, this video not only lets you know what we're saying, but how we're saying it, and even the accents and the body language. There's way more involved in it. So do your videos. Don't worry about a CTA. Worry about building up a relationship. That should be your focus.
Yeah. And then the last one that was gaining the most attention for improvement and effectiveness was short form video. People were saying that short form video is only going to get more popular and more effective in the coming years. And I don't know how, I feel like a lot of that has to do with TikTok and how
Vine, Shorts, Reels.
Yep.
We've had it for a while now. And I think that's more to do with our attention span. We need to be grabbed quickly. But it's funny you should say that, because in the same conference, we know someone that actually contradicted that.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yep.
So we met up with the godfather of YouTube himself, Evan Carmichael, that has actually tutored and helped us. And Evan, we absolutely love you, man, but you scare the shit out of us with your simplicity. And everyone is pitching short form, 30 seconds, grab it, make it engaging, get them, edutainment, all of these kind of things, short. And Evan stands up there with Roland Frazier. That's got to be the smartest stage I've ever seen, those two dudes together. And Evan turns around and goes, long form, 1.5 to 3 hours video. And we're all like, what? We're downstairs being told to do 10, 30-second videos. And he said, look, what's going to happen is you are going to get tons and tons of people engaged on a 30-second video, but it's an appetizer. It's not going to satisfy them. He said, you're going to get 10 people that watch a 1.5 hour. But those 10 people within that 1.5 hour are now committed with you. They bought into you. They like you because they've stayed that long. Mm-hmm. So he was a great advocate for that. So here's your double up on this. Do your long form content. Do your hour. If you know something well enough that you can train someone, do an hour video on it. Okay. And then get someone, and there are companies out there, there's us, there's loads of people out there that can do it. You can do it. If you've got no time, if you've got time on your hands, do it yourself. Chop it up into little bits, 60 seconds, 5 minutes, but cut it up into smaller little nuggets, post that and say, hey, and here's the key. For the full video, go to YouTube. Okay, so send it on, channel them through, because if they've got engaged in now on a 15-second video and all you're preparing is a 15-second video, where do they go? But if you could do a 15-second video, a 5-minute video from your 1 hour and send them over, and you'll be able to see the analytics. And we hadn't noticed this. We come to these things, and I actually posted on it today. I think I've spoken on 20-something stages today, and I'm nigh on 30 by the end of this year because I've obviously been pushing for the book. But I can guarantee you we are in the audience of way more events than ones that we speak at, because we are the eternal students and we get to these kind of events and we know a lot of shit, but we are far from knowing everything. And so we absorb it. And when we saw Evan running through the analytics on YouTube, it was scary. And the reason it was scary was because it was basic, simple shit that anyone could see. And I don't like, he's a smart fella. I'm just a good looking one of the company. But I like to make sure that what I'm doing is simply effective and simple to use. And if it's 2 clicks or 3 clicks, I'm gone. But the stuff they were showing, and here's one of the things I did like, picking on Evan a bit longer.
Yeah.
On the YouTube, it can show a spike rate of your video. So you load up your video, and what did he say? He goes back in like 60 to 90 days.
Yeah, 60 to 90 days, so he has enough time to accumulate the data.
Yeah, so imagine you doing something, posting it, and letting someone else do the research. So he posts a video, then he goes back in 60 to 90 days and has YouTube tell him, was it any good? Okay. And then he can see the little spike rates. So in his video, when he suddenly starts talking about, I don't know, flat caps, all of a sudden there's a spike and then it drops off again because he starts talking about, bicycles. And then all of a sudden he starts talking about local concerts. And it goes up again. If people really like those clips on those analytics, it means they're rewinding it and watching that little bit again. So what does he do? He then pulls that bit out as a segment because YouTube's already told him those are your spike pieces. And he showed us some of the stuff. And there'd be like 3 or 4 pikes. And he'd be like, I'll grab 60 seconds out of that. I'll grab 60 seconds out of that, 60 seconds out of that. I'll post them up on my socials and drag them back over to the video. We don't even have to think about it. YouTube's giving us that information. And how much does YouTube charge us for those analytics? Nothing. Yeah, we're choosing not to actually use it. So that was really beautiful. Evan is if you ever get the chance to follow Evan Carmichael, and he was showing us his stats. And when he started, and he's really brilliant, he started and he showed us he had 25 subscribers. And he actually openly showed us how he grew. And you get to a point when you're doubling and doubling and doubling, those numbers now get up. And I don't know what he's got now. He's got millions, hasn't he?
I think it was like 3.5 million.
It's 3.5 million. The guy is absolutely golden. He knows his stuff. But the thing is, when he goes up on stage, he handles the way he does something in such a simple manner that you almost have to go out of your way to avoid making yourself better. Okay, so try that. Try a little bit more YouTube stuff. Look at the spike rate, 60 to 90 days off. Get that nugget and post that up on socials. Mm-hmm. What else did we get? We always do these for about 20 minutes. We're starting to get a little bit low on that. What else did we go through?
I think the last thing that I enjoyed was Ryan and Richard were both talking about how we are so used to having this value ladder within our business and always starting at the bottom of it and then working clients to the top from low ticket to high ticket offers. But as we get into a more multi-touch point society, as ad prices are going up, your margins are getting shorter and smaller. So it's getting harder and harder to make those low ticket offers actually return. So instead of going straight into those low ticket offers, having a process that allows you to qualify those leads for both, are they quality leads that could benefit from what we do, but are they also ready for our full offering? And if so, we can hit them straight away with our high ticket offer that allows a full solution rather than just a little one at the bottom. Because every single time that you shoot an offer out, you have to work for that conversion. So if you go straight in with a low ticket offer and then you try and get them to the next thing, you have to repeat the cycle of what got them to take that conversion in the first place. So it's going to postpone how long it takes before you can actually get a return on your investment. So they were talking about simple things like putting a little checkbox, like if your target market is agencies and you know you can serve them the best, on your opt-in form for what you're offering, have a little checkbox that says, are you an agency owner? Yes or no. If it's a yes, then you know that you can start offering the ability to join your high ticket best full solution offer. But if they're not, then you can give them, and you know that they're not ready as well, then you can give them the bottom of the ladder offers that you can work them up to that point that they are ready to take your high ticket offer that's most impactful. But I think that was really important to identify that with ad prices going up, we shouldn't be looking at just offering with the bottom of the value ladder. We should look at being able to give our full solution. And if someone then can't do that, we can give them a lower level solution to help build them back up to where we can most impact them.
Just to translate that, because I'm looking on here and I can see some of the people that we got on here. I'm not into like SaaS businesses and IT or agency leads or have any kind of marketing agency company. We got realtors. I see we got some car dealerships on here. I know those people. I know what they have. We can see Courtney on there who's a realtor, and he's probably thinking, well, I don't have a low ticket offer. But one of the things that caught me yesterday about this was something that I did that I didn't know I was doing until I was actually related to it, and it was revealed to me in that conversation. Whenever I used to send out an email regarding my concierge services, I could have sent out an email going, hey, I've got this ship or this luxury cruise line, $6,000 per person. Okay. I could have sent that out, but I didn't. I would send out one about a private yacht. You got the entire yacht for $250,000. And here's the thing. People would see it. Maybe I'd get one, maybe two people that would buy it, but everyone would be engaged in it about, oh, wow, look at that. But I can't afford that. What else can I go for? And so you actually lure them big and sell them what they can afford. So if you're a realtor, start showing off some of these amazing properties that are out of the realm of most people and say, hey, we handle everything from here to here. And go reverse down. Mm-hmm. One of the things that really caught me was that if you show them the smaller stuff, then that's a really competitive market. And in Roland's terms, you'll want to race to the bottom, okay? Because then it just becomes a price war. What's undercutting? Can I cut your commission? Can I cut your service fee? You don't ever want to play that game. So that's one of the things that bothered me. If you go for the high, you've got their attention. And today we're in an attention economy. So start showing out your most expensive things. Start showing out the caliber you are. Start really showing off the massive impact that you can actually create, and then offer to sell them down if they can't do it. If they come in on the lowest ticket offer, there's like an artificial hunger gone. They can I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. Oh, I've been able to get it for $10. Oh, I'm full now. Thank you very much. And then you've got to get them hungry again. Okay. But if you go in there at the top level and go, hey, based on just the fact that you're interacting with me and that we're conversing, did you know I offer this for $25,000 a month? Now, this may not work for everyone. In fact, we have another program here for 15 and one here for 5. But do the ascension ladder down. Mm-hmm. And that really worked. I remember I used to do it without realizing it in the concierge firm, offer them a high ticket price, sell them something cheaper. Anyone out there in any other kind of business, maybe start showing off your most expensive item first, and then letting them know that you have other options that they can get involved in. That one really came to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sums up the best things that I saw, and at least for now, for what I've been able to digest.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We wanted to give you this as fast as we actually could, because we have got tons of bloody notes on this thing. We've got loads of written notes. We've got loads of follow-up conversations. We want to get the videos, and we were even in the room, because quite simply, so much information is coming at you that I swear we're going to watch those videos and go, we didn't pick up on that. And what we're going to do with you lot, because we like you and most of you are good looking, we're going to share that information with you. We are going to go back through those. I don't know how many speakers were and breakout sessions, but over 3 days, I wouldn't be surprised if it was nearly 60.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Not all of them was as fantastic as obviously my keynote, but, we'll break it down for you. We'll let you know what we actually learned from these. Shout out credit to the people that we got them from, because that's what we do, and make you better and sharper. So for now, do something with this. Start marketing high. Start having conversations with people. Get off the, hey, I'm glad you're here, buy my t-shirt, and start warming people up before you try and sell them something. All right? Yep. For now, all the best. Love you loads, and see you soon, maybe at the Speakeasy. Bye.